I'm here with Derby Telegraph Chief Football Writer Steve Nicholson. Steve, you just got back from the press conference at Derby County today. What's the team news ahead of the Rams game on Tuesday night against Bristol City?
Well, first of all, Scott Carson, he's missed the last two games with a back problem. He's still out. Paul Clements said that Scott's had an injection in the back to try and take the inflammation down. But they need that to settle. So it really is a day-by-day process with Scott at the moment. So Lee Grant will continue in goal. Andrews Fireman is okay. He's fit. He took a knock against Brighton at the weekend and had to come off during the second half. But he's fine now. So the kind of dilemma for Paul Clements is, does he stick with the same 11 that starts against Brighton, or does he make one or two changes? And he was armed with all his documentation on Bristol City and what they're going to work on and things like that. So he's going to take the next day or so to think over the team and see if he sticks with it or makes some changes.
And the Rams go into the game against Bristol City on 38 points, Steve. What's Paul Clements been saying about his target as we approach the halfway point of the season?
Yeah, as you say, we're on 38 points from 20 games. I always think the first mark is to break the 40-point barrier, and they can do that tomorrow night if they beat Bristol City. But Paul Clements looking at the next batch of 3 games: Bristol City, Ipswich away, and then Fulham at home on Boxing Day. And he's saying if they can be on 45 points after 23 games, which is the halfway point, that means taking 7 from the next 9 points. He'll think that's a really good first half to the season, and he'll be right as well. I mean, that's it's a terrific points tally at that stage. So that's the kind of aim, if you like. And but we just got to be careful. We look at tomorrow night's game against Bristol City, and everyone think, well, they've only won 4 of the league games this season. They're kind of down in 19th place in the table. It's this kind of a home banker, if you like. It's never as straightforward as that. You've got to play well in order to win games. And Bristol City, they won at Middlesbrough early this season. They held Hull at Ashton Gate to a 1-1 draw when Hull were top. And they also won at Huddersfield at the weekend. So, Derby have to go about it the right way, and I'm sure they will.
And finally, Steve, there's a progress report on Derby County midfielder Will Hughes.
Yeah, there is. I was, up at the training ground. I saw him doing some work outside. Paul Clements says that Will's making really good progress, which is great news. If we kind of recap, Will picked up a cruciate ligament injury, knee injury, in the opening day of the season at Bolton. Surgery was required, so he's always going to be out for kind of 6 to 9 months. But he's making good progress. He's in most days, working all day, and Paul Clements tells me that sometime in February, as long as things continue to plan, sometime in February, he could return to action. Now, whether that's for the under-21s or whatever, or the first thing we have to wait and see, because you cannot rush these things, especially towards the end. You've got to still be careful that everything's okay. But he's doing really well, so that's great news.